Okay, I am back. Can you hear me? Coming back on. I'm live. I know no one's watching right now, so I'm going to give it a minute. And that was the craziest thing ever. I can hear myself on my phone now, so I'm hoping that it's good to go. So I'm going to give it a minute. There's somebody. Hello. Somebody tell me, yes, Lisa, I can hear you. Okay, I see you finding it again. Okay, we're going to give it a minute and let everybody find it. And sorry for the craziness. I'm going to have to delete the first video off of YouTube. Oh, good. Thank you, Kathy. Woohoo! Yes. Okay, I'm going to give it. Linda, no sound still? Kathy, it is okay, right? Okay, so Kathy's on Facebook. She can hear me. Is anybody else on YouTube that does not have sound? Okay, Debbie, you're on Facebook. All right. Okay. Linda, I don't know if it's a YouTube thing. I don't know why. Now it's on. Okay, great. Whew, man, craziness. Okay, so I'm going to go back over my intro. Okay, thanks, Kathy. All right, so I talked about my spectacular mystery host event that goes through the Halloween at noon. If you place an order of $25 or more, you're going to get an entry into winning the host rewards. I'll do a random draw. If you place a $50 order, you get 2 entries plus a gift from me. Okay, so that ends Halloween Day, October 31st at noon. Okay, and then I talked a little bit about the 35% off or 35% more starter kit. Someone is seeing the old video on Facebook. So if somebody who's on Facebook can go underneath the previous video and say she's restarted, the sound wasn't working, that would be very helpful. So it'll be on my business page. There'll be 2 videos, the one that's going on now and then the one I did first. If you'll comment below there, say, look for the new video. Okay, that will help me out a bunch. Okay, Kathy, I think it's good now. All right, good. Okay, so starter kit is $64.35 for $125 worth of product, or $99 for $168.75 worth of product. Okay, so if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you on the STARS team. Let me know. Now, going back to the Night Divine stamp set. Now, last week I was going to do this project, and 2 days before, I mean, it had everything set up. You know, everything has to be done ahead of time. And I saw that it wasn't available. And then it came back. And guess what? It's not available again. But it should be back the week of November the 6th. Okay? November the 6th. So that's not next week, but week after next. And it's worth waiting for and getting it, because it's a great set with these beautiful sentiments and beautiful fonts for your Christmas cards. Okay, and I'm using this today. The dies, now the dies are available. The little nativity, okay, that's still available. It's the stamp set. And then I'm using some stamps and one of the star dies from this one I used last week, the Stars at Night. Okay. All right. Let's get started. My goodness. All right. So here is our card, and it's an accordion fold. Super simple, but look how you can make that scene with that. Okay. It's super simple, but I wanted to show you how I got the desert scene and the starry sky, and then what I did to make the nativity scene. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the cutting for you, or to show you. So I have this 12 by 12. Let me get my face off of there. Okay, I have this 12 by 12 piece of the Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper, this Starry Sky. It's 12 inches wide, right? I'm going to cut it at 5¼ inches and score it at 4 and at 8. All right, 4 and at 8. So let me get my Simply Scored. Put this in here. And let me go ahead and cut it first, because I may not use that whole sheet the same way. So I need to cut it at what? 5¼ inches. So I'm going to come up here, slide it in the trimmer, line that up right there at the 5¼ inch mark, and cut that off. We'll save that one for something else. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and score this, but I'm probably going to score it again, and I'll show you why. Let me do well, I can do it with this. It's just 2 scores. So let me line this up. 4 inches and 4 inches. Hi, Nan and Diana. Were y'all in here for that first fiasco video where I didn't have any sound? Oh my goodness. Okay, so did I get that? Why is it not showing? I don't think this is all the way down. Let me use my Simply Scored. So I don't have to flip it. Okay, 4 and 8. Okay, now I want a little desert down here. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way for now, and we're going to get another sheet of this Oh Holy Night. No, yes, Designer Series paper. So right here, I have this with the big stars and then the desert bottom. Okay, and I'm going to fussy cut the desert out of this page. So that means I'm going to get my paper snips. I've got cords everywhere, y'all. And I'm going to just cut along this top, just like this. Diana, I got your card today. I love it. Thank you. I will definitely be doing that one. Diana sent me a card with a pretty fun fold that I'm going to have to show y'all at some point. So it's kind of hard maneuvering with this 12 by 12, but I'll get it. Okay, so we can save this for something else. And now this, if I did that, it's a little more than I wanted. Okay. So I'm going to cut, let's see, right in through here. No. I know what I'm going to do. I had already forgotten. I cut 2 inches off the bottom. Okay. So let's do that. So line that straight edge up on that 2 inch mark. Is that what I did? Yeah. And then cut. Okay, so now I have this. And then I can save this one for a different card. So if I wanted to make this same card again, I would just round this off with my cuts. Okay. And maybe come down here a little bit and then come back up and catch this one, just to soften it up instead of using that straight edge. Okay. All right, so I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to get my little Starry Sky back in here. And we're going to fold it like this, accordion fold. Okay, so you have mountain and valley. move over, mountain and valley. All right. Now, I want my desert down here. So I'm going to glue this on the bottom. Okay. Try not to get too close to the edges. And use the liquid glue so you have some wiggle room. I was cleaning my desktop off earlier, and it's like, why do I have all these dried glue clumps on it? Does that happen to anybody else? It's like, and it's for times like this when I get in glue squeezes out, you know. Okay, so now I am going to just fold on that score line, and it really would help if you wait till this dries a little bit more, but I'm gonna go for it. Okay, so I need to push that up a little bit, or I could trim that off. It got a little crooked, but that's okay. So I see the edge protruding beyond this blue Starry Sky on the back, so I'm just going to trim it off. So I like to slide my scissors along the edge there. My camera is way over today. And then come this way like this. Okay. So there sets the scene. Okay. Hey, Lynn, welcome. All right. So now we fussy cut that. We've got a 2-inch piece we can use for something else. So let's look at our other pieces that we have. So this is going to be a single base of crumb cake, 5.5 by 4 1/4. So this is going to be glued right over top like that. Okay. I think I'm going to work on my seam before I glue that, just because I don't want to have to wait for this to dry, but that's what's the background. And I have a 5 1/4 by 4-inch piece of Very Vanilla, and that is going to be where I have my sentiment. So let me show you the card we have. Okay, this is what we're doing. And then I put this on the back where you can sign it. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this baby. I am using this beautiful, he shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace, and Knight of Navy. So let's do this. And then I'm going to stamp it close to the top so that I have room to sign down here. So I'm just centering that and put it down like that. Thank you, Kathy. Thanks, Patty. Okay, so we have that. And then I'm going to use some of the stars from the Stars at Night stamp set. My sister-in-law, Kathy, on here said this week, when you say stars at night, don't you want to sing Deep in the Heart of Texas? That's what I think of, you know, as Texans. All right. So I'm using boho blue. Open this baby up. And I'm going to stamp these stars, but I'm going to stamp off first so it's not so dark. And then go here. And if you go over the words, it's okay. And so that it's not curved that way, I'm going to flip it so it like puts the verse in brackets, kind of. You know what I mean? Yes, Linda, I love this one. Love it, love it. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and glue this, and it'll be drying. And then we'll be ready to assemble the whole thing when we put it together. All right, so I'm just going to take some liquid glue. And I use the crumb cake because of the sand to tie that in. Okay. All right. So we'll glue that on that side when it's done. So I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to work on the nativity part. So I have my little notes here. I cut about a 3.5 inch by, hey Carol, 3.5 inch by 8.5 inch piece of basic black. And I'm going to cut the Holy Family, 2 cows, 3 sheep, 1 donkey, and 3 shepherds. Okay. So when I post this on my blog, I'll have that down. And so I'm going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine because I cut this at the right width to go through this machine because it's so light and easy to use. And let me put this, gosh, I don't want to lose my pieces. Okay, so I'm going to cut this main piece first, okay? And I'm going to do this. And while I'm at it, let's see what else I can cut. I know I need a donkey. I know I'm going to need a couple of sheep. So let's go ahead and cut one of those. And I know I need, where's my cow? Oh my goodness, y'all, the cow is missing. No telling. Oh, here it is. I was holding it. Okay, so it didn't look like a cow to me like this, but you know, there it is. Oh my goodness. Yes, Lisa's crazy sometimes. All right. All right, let's go through. Is that all I need? A shepherd. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to show you. There's a shepherd on here. Okay, run this through. And you know what? It's intricate. I'm going to give it a double swipe. I'm coming back through just for good measure. And I've seen some cards done where they do the Holy Family in white, but I like the look of the black against that starry sky. Okay, so I'm using this antique paper piercing tool. I'm going to need that again. Here's my donkey. It did just fine. I'm going to need my card wherever that is. Here it is. Okay, and then the cow that I thought I had lost. There's the cow. And then the Holy Family here. Okay, so what I do is I take my snips and I cut right here down at Mary's feet. There's one shepherd. I need 3 of those. And then I cut right here at the lamb's, this other lamb's foot. So I decided I'm going to do a separate card at some time with a camel and the 3 kings. So I'll have to, you know, do 3 of them. But yes, that camel's beautiful. Look at that. All right, so that I can save him for later. I've got this. So I need another cow. Yep, another cow. So let's get this ready again. Let's cut off this excess. Okay, and then, where's my cow? Here it is. Cow, shepherd. So it's going to cut this. I cut this, the whole piece, of course, every time, and then I save what I have left over. That, I need another sheep. Okay, let's run that through again. So it's got the number 1 platform, a number 2 cutting plate underneath the cardstock, the dies, then the number 2 cutting plate again. All right, let's go with this. Yes, it is, Linda. There's some great detail on these dies. Beautiful, beautiful. So you could get the dies without the stamp set, but that stamp set is awesome. So, like I said, it should be back the week of November the 6th. Oh, I dropped it. Okay. Don't want to lose those little dies. Okay, there's another sheep. And here's another Holy Family, but I need the shepherd. Oh, don't tear it. Okay. So, once again, we'll cut off there, save it, cut off here, save it, and there's my second shepherd. Now, I need another shepherd and another lamb or sheep. So I'll put that right here. And this thing, this whole nativity right there again. Oh, look. How did the cow get? I need to put these in my magnet bowl so I don't lose them. Okay, there's the sheep, there's the nativity. I'm good. All right, let's go with this. So for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, your paper needs to be not wider than 3.5 inches. And so same goes for the dies, okay? But a lot of our dies work with that little machine. Okay. Let's push through. I don't want to tear it, so I keep poking through on those little help me holes there. Okay. Okay, so let me make sure of all my animals. Where's the other sheep? Cow. Did I lose that sheep? Oh, no. Here it is. Hiding. So I have a little magnetic bowl right here on my desk, and I try to remember to put my dies in there so I don't lose them. Because, you know, little dies can get lost. Okay, so here I need the shepherd again. So let me cut this off and save that. All right, so now we have all of our little people and animals. And let's work with this now. There's one more piece that I've already die cut, and it's the stable, and it's cut in crumb cake, and it embosses it as well. And I used a 5.5 by 4.25 piece to run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Thank you, Kathy. All right, so first we are going to put this on here, okay? Because everything else goes around that or over that. So let's use some liquid glue and try to use it sparingly so it doesn't squish through the little openings. like that. And then I decided to like bring it almost all the way down to the bottom, or you can line it up at the bottom if you want to. Helps keep it straight. Just like that. Okay. Okay, that's good to go. So next, I'm going to use the Holy Family right here, and I'm going to glue them down first. Just a little bit of adhesive. When I was making the sample, because it has these embossed and like they're like cuts in there, and let me put this on while before I mess it up here. Come up a little bit from the bottom. Anyway, the glue was squishing through. Okay, Linda, I saw 8 by 8 picture frame with the same DSP cutting to fit. Oh, yes, I bet it was. Made like a framed piece. Yeah, I want to do that. I just haven't had time yet. Okay, next, I'm going to do one of the cows right here. Okay, so let me get this cow. And I'm looking at the one I did because, you know, when I was designing this, there was a lot of thinking like, should I put it here? Should I put it there? Should I put it here? You know, and it's like, okay, I got it like I wanted. And so that's why I'm looking at my sample on the side. And I'm going to put the horse, or the donkey right here, but I'm going to raise him up with Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm using these little black ones. Do y'all know that we have black Stampin' Dimensionals in the annual catalog? And they're great for when you're making these dark color cards and for something like this. And in the pack, it's a combo pack. It has the regular size, the bigger size, plus the mini. So it's pretty cool to have. They're great for the Halloween projects too. So speaking of Halloween, on Saturday morning, I have a video already recorded that's going to go live with a last minute Halloween treat idea. So it'll be on YouTube. Okay, so I have that, and you can't really, you see how that gives it dimension, you know? Let's see. Okay, look, the glue is trying to come up through the cow's jawline. Okay, next, I'm using the other cow right here. And I've got this a little, I could have come over a little bit more, but I'm not going to let that bother me. Okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals behind this cow too. Let's try this one. Okay. All right, so next, the shepherds. So what I did is I took this guy, or one of the guys, and put it down here. I should put a little bit. So see this little fin, his little fin staff? I kind of pick up the glue with my tip there and spread it on lightly. I got a dimensional paper stuck on my finger. All right, now let's get his sheep. And I put that little sheep up on a dimensional too. Okay. All right, let's put this guy right here. These are so cute. All right, and now the other shepherd on this side is going to come up a little bit. See, when you have this terrain like this desert terrain, you can kind of set their feet on it and it grounds it. Okay, so love that. I think my favorite supply to use, besides, oh, yeah, I do have him popped up. No, I don't. It's the lamb. Okay, I'm going to try to not mess him up. What I was going to say, designer paper. I love using our pattern paper and finding different ways to use it. And that's usually how I start a project, unless I intentionally think, okay, I'm not using any designer paper on this card, you know? And so, but most of the time I pick my paper and then I design my project. Does anybody else do that? Okay. Now let's put him right here. And then his little sheep is going to be with a dimensional. I was getting just worked up here with my dimensionals. All right. Let's see. There. Okay, so now I want the shepherd for the front of the card. So he goes this way, right? I'm just going to flip him over. It still looks nice. He still has some of that etching that cuts it on that side. So, and on this side, I don't use any dimensionals on the front of the card. So this is really the reverse side of this. And I have to say, kudos to Stampin' Up. I love that we have this nativity scene without faces, where we have to worry about coloring and eyes and hair, and I love this. Okay, so this is the front of my card. I'm going to put him here. And then the sheep, I'm going to do the same thing with him. Turn him over. Okay. Just try to spread that glue a little bit on the legs. Okay. All right. So let's let that dry. Then I thought I needed a big star. So I went ahead and used one of these cutout stars in the glow in the dark paper. It was, you know, about a 2x2 piece, but this was done with the, let me see if I can get it here. See, I cut those three out of the middle where it cuts and embosses. Okay, get this right here. And I'm using this one. Okay. Yeah, Diane, I love not having to, because I think the effect, you know, and the message is there, and it's dynamic to me with the solid silhouettes. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna put this guy right here. So I like using this because if you're, you know, if your cards are in the light all day and they have this displayed, this is going to glow in the dark at night. Super cool. Okay. So now I'm going to do a sentiment for the front. And so what I decided to do there, I'm going to let this dry. I have a scrap piece of Night of Navy, and I'm going to stamp, where is it? Glory to God in the highest on here and fussy cut it out, but I'm going to emboss it. Okay. So let me ink that up. I should use my embossing buddy. I tried to emboss something today without using this, and I had one big mess. So just takes the static off, keeps the embossing powder from sticking where you don't want it. Stamp it in the middle. Thank you, Diane. I love this stamp set and the dies. Powder. Got it all over my hands. All right, flick that baby off on the back, and let's heat that up. All right. I'm letting my tool heat up a little bit, and then watch the magic. There it goes. Your heat tool really needs to heat up before, and it gets so bright and white. Isn't that pretty? I love the combination of the fonts. And you don't want to touch that right after you heat it so it doesn't smear. So let's do that. And what we can do right now is go ahead and put this on. So I just need adhesive on the back of this because remember it's going to fold up and close just like that. All right. So let's, and I will say something I thought about after I did this card, and I'll show you in a minute while I'm letting this dry with the one that's completed so that you'll understand what I'm talking about a little easier. Okay, so I'm trying to get that lined up and give a good press. Okay, and so let's let that dry a bit. Okay, let me tell you what I have thought about. You know, if someone is going to display this card, it stands up just fine. Okay, and but the thing is that this edge and this edge don't match. Okay, you see that? It's like it leans down a little bit. All right, not much. It still stands up. But if you wanted it to be even all the way across, what you would do is either cut this piece shorter, okay, to 5¼ inches so that it's just a plain crumb cake covering the complete back side, okay, and then it would be even. It didn't matter to me that much, but I thought, you know, it might matter to somebody, but that's how you would fix it. Instead of cutting your designer paper at 4 or 5½ okay, what, you know, you can get more use because if you cut it at, what is this, 4, you're going to get 4, 4, 4 on that 12 by 12 piece and get more use out of that designer paper for a card layer, I guess I should say. Y'all know what I'm talking about there, you know, but this, it didn't bother me. It still stands up fine. But if you would like for it to be even all the way across, just cut this smaller, not at 5½, cut it at 5¼ okay. All right, okay, let's see, now let's get to this, and this is super simple. I had started to just emboss directly on the designer paper, and my thought was, what if I mess it up? You know, it's like you've done all of this work and die cutting, and it's like you're going to emboss and then you're going to mess it up. No. So I thought, I'm just going to do it on, you know, Night of Navy cardstock, so it'll just blend in with that background. Give it some curved edges rather than straight edges. And then we're going to pull this in, and it's going to go right here. Now, on this one, because of this designer paper, this sheet was like the second 4. I had cut 4 off the top, and this was the middle section. So see, the stars are different than this one. I don't want to cover up those stars, so I'm going to put it over here. Okay, you can do it however you want. I think I might do it here and let that star be shining, although that's not the star. We're calling that the star. And I, you know, I thought about, oh, that looks like it's stuck on the stable, but you know, I'm picturing it, it's in front of them in the sky, and it's just, you know, I didn't want to make too much of that. I just thought I want that big star on there. Cutting smaller, do you mean cut even with the other two panels so the crumb cake doesn't show? Yes, Kathy. Yes. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. Okay, so here, I'm going to do it right here in the center. Okay. Okay, there we go. So if you'd like, you could put like little rhinestones on some of the cards, okay? On some of the stars, I should say. I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. They stand out enough. It's if you want the sparkly, and you know what? This is what we want to focus on, right? This is the importance, right? So it's like I thought I didn't put anything on that at all. Okay, Kathy, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I've got a piece of crumb cake right here that I can cut. In fact, it's embossed. Let's see what size this is. Yep, it's a perfect size. So let's play like this is the back of the card. You see, if I would put that there, it would cover the whole back of that designer paper. And it would be the same height all the way across. Okay? So you could do that. Totally can do that. I like the little border showing around. Okay? But it's good either way. Okay? So, woo, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I probably will make more. And maybe for the Feast of the Epiphany, I'll do the Three Kings card. But I won't torture you with my singing of We Three Kings. Okay, so let me show you another couple of cards made with, oh, you're welcome, made with this same design with the accordion fold. Get all this out of the way. Okay, so I use the very cute paper. Okay, what is that called? Gosh, y'all, what is the name of that paper? You know, with the polar bears? Not the Walk in the Forest, but the other one. The one that goes, here it is. I'm looking for my catalog and it's run away. But all I did here was cut that out of the designer paper. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Upside down, Lisa. Okay, so let me find this designer paper because it bugs me when I cannot remember the name. Berry Christmas. Hello. This is the Berry Christmas paper, that wrapped present print. And so I did the same thing. Okay, did the accordion fold. And so I put a label in here to write the message, this time on the inside. All right. And then, see, I use the scallop contour dies, you know, that we have in the catalog still. Love those. So what I did here is I stamped this from the Very Cute stamp set, embossed it on red and cut it apart because, you know, that comes all together. Where's Very Cute? Why is it? Here it is. See how it comes all together? So I stamped it on red, embossed it, and then I cut it apart and glued it on. Okay. And I love this saying with this bear and the bunny on his head. I think it's so cute. Thank you, Karen, Debbie. Okay, so what I did here, you can't really tell by looking at it, but I took some of the presents from another sheet of the paper and I popped them up on dimensionals so it'll give it some dimension on the inside. You see those dimensionals in the back? Just for something different. Okay. I love the colorful look of that card too. Okay, and then I have one more. This one I use the Gift of Giving stamp set and stamped this image, colored it with my blends. And this is the Merry Bold and Bright Designer Series paper that I love. And then what I did on this one, I just put, you know, I put this foil that I embossed with that embossing folder, the basics. It's in the online exclusives. and put a strip on each end. I did have it like a 2-inch strip and it was too much. So I decided to, do the ribbon treatment here where it's wrapped around that. And then I tied a bow and it's on there with a glue dot. And then I thought this would be great for a gift card. So I just cut a little piece of the Poppy Parade, which is what I have on the back, and I put tear and tape on 3 sides, and the gift card goes right in. Okay? So, fun idea, using that same design. Okay? All right, so I'll have these posted on my blog sometime later so you can have the details. But this one I'm going to try to get up by this weekend. I'm having company, some families coming in. So I have that Saturday video pre-recorded, but this will be up soon. If not tomorrow or Saturday, probably on Sunday evening. I'll let you know. It may be Monday, okay? But don't forget about my mystery host reward event that ends on Halloween. And depending on how many people participate, I do one winner to get the rewards, and then sometimes I give prizes too, okay? All right, so if you need help with that, let me know. And we will see you soon. Let me get over here. Hey, okay. All right. Thanks for coming back after the whole sound fiasco. My goodness. But anyway, I hope that if you don't have these dies, that you get them and then get the stamp set when it comes in. But if you get the dies, I know if you wait for the bundle, it's 10% off. But to me, get these dies so that you will have them, okay? Because we never know, things sell out and it's hard to get them. So anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Thank you, Lynn, Debbie, everyone for being here. If I can help you, let me know. If you enjoy this video, please share it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, give it a thumbs up. And I appreciate you so much. Take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Until next time, make a card, send a card, and make a difference. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.